Welcome to Art with Mrs. Cap, where we are going on a journey through the world of art and the many histories and cultures that influence it. Whether you're a kid or a kid at heart, wanting to learn more about the art world, this is the podcast for you. So join us as we journey through art with Mrs. Cap. Today we're talking about music in the Tuileries, a painting from 1862 by Edouard Manet. If you need to see that spelling, please check out the graphic that's included with this podcast because it is French, and so some people may have some difficulty with French spelling. But the work of art currently resides in the Hugh Lane in Dublin today, but it is from France, and it is an oil on canvas. The work depicts this gathering that happened weekly in the Tuileries gardens near the Louvre. So it's showing a concert that took place every week, and while no musicians are depicted, it's understood just by the setting and the scene that that's what's going on. Now, the interesting thing about this work of art is its rejection of tradition. And so what was going on is, up to this point, a lot of art was stylized, it was romanticized, it was idealized, it was not a realistic depiction of life. And Manet's work is part of a period called realism. Now, it is not realism in the sense that when we talk about drawing or painting, it's realistic. But it was realism in the sense that he was representing just daily life. An equivalent kind of modern day to think of is if someone set up an easel and started painting in a movie theater and painted us watching a movie at a movie theater. That is the equivalent of what he was doing. And the academies of art and so forth of that day were kind of like offended by it, or didn't really know what to do, because it was like, this isn't art, this is crude, and this is just like showing everyday life, and that kind of stuff. So it wasn't well received, but he was just fascinated with the subject of leisure. And he was inspired by other artists like Frans Hal, Diego Velázquez, and then he went on to inspire artists that were his contemporaries and others like Monet and Renoir and some others who ended up, painting similar types of styles of groups of people doing like everyday stuff, or went outside of the studio and were capturing what became known as Impressionism. They were capturing the light and the color and how it changed and so forth. And so Manet, I would say, is kind of the one that paved the way for modern art. It is because of him that we have artists like Monet, and we have Picasso, and we have Van Gogh, and we have all these people that we look to and appreciate and we see in our popular culture and so forth. And we have all the changes that happened so rapidly after him because he had the courage and the bravery to break outside of what was traditionally done. And we talk about those changes and people that break away from tradition a lot. But as you move forward in art history, it really, the pace really picks up from this point on. And so he's definitely someone to look to as, a father of modern art, and that change and transition that we see continue even to this modern time. We hope you enjoyed today's podcast. Be sure to subscribe and check out more episodes as we travel through the world of art and art history to have a better understanding of our own ties to the culture and history of humanity.